welcome to the Scratticus Academy. It's Monday again, which means hello Eberron, as we come back to the world of Eberron today. I'm going to run through a few things very, very quickly. So we've got an awesome Discord full of awesome people. Definitely go and check that out. It's we talk TTRPGs, D&D, all weird, wonderful things. Basically, it's full of awesome people, so head over there and come and chat with us. Also, Twitter. If you want to get into one of our games, we have 5 viewer games this season, which includes one we saw earlier, Monster of the Week. We've got DnD5e, we've got Ravnica, we've got Ryutama, and we've got the Cypher system. So definitely drop Scrat a DM on Twitter to get into one of those. And in some of them, we're booking up pretty quick, up till March. We're already booked. So get in there quick, guys, because I think the end of March is the end of the season almost. Also YouTube, the first season is all up on YouTube right now. I'm pretty sure. I think it's all up on YouTube, and we're getting those up for you as fast as we can. Also, we are full-time now, and it's thanks to you wonderful, beautiful people. We can't quite believe we're in season 2. So one way to support us is via Patreon. We also have some awesome free articles on there written by our very own wonderful Renee, who is freelance now, so definitely go and check out her work.
Looks like we're going
you can also support us by getting our merch, which is on Redbubble. They whack that shield on anything on Redbubble, but definitely go check it out. We also have wonderful, wonderful sponsors, one of them in this lovely game today in the form of Torskell from Bird in the Storm. We're going to be working on some stuff at the moment that I'm super excited about, and you can find a link to their merch, and I'm going to try not to spill my coffee everywhere, where you can get a mug like this, and a jumper, and a t-shirt, and it's all super awesome, so go check it out. We also have the wonderful sponsor that is Mage Hand Press. You will have seen their Dark Matter DnD5e reskin last season in Argo 37, and this season which is run by Laugh Love Lindy. And it's basically D&D in space, which is, well, it's amazing. So go check that out. I also have, as I said, I'll remind you one more time, we no longer have Wild Magic Surges. So if you want to gift people a trinket or maybe a reroll or a d6 to do, you can do that now. Let me think. Every 10 retweets, you can also gift a trinket. Let's have a look. If anyone is having problems with chat, just try log out and log back in again. Just see if I refresh the page. I know there's been some problems lately. But other than that, also every 4 followers we gift a trinket, which is either really, really good or really, really bad for our wonderful players here. So without further ado, we will head round and say hello to everyone. So first of all, we're going to head over to the lovely Ash, who plays Emet. Hello, Ash.
Hello. I am playing Emet, who is currently not about to do anything. Maybe. Probably? Yep. Yeah, he's just standing around bored. Totally not about to just dig through the earth or bust down doors or anything.
Yeah. I totally believe that. So on that, we're gonna hop over to the lovely Kim, who is playing River.
Yes, I am playing River, a shifter ranger who is currently just tagging along because she met these new awesome friends and she has no clue what's going on, but she's really excited to meet new people.
Awesome, thank you. And last but certainly not least, Vesh, who I also know will never do anything dramatic or anything wrong. Of course, right, Jay? You are muted.
Yeah, totally gonna take the fact that this person lied to them and deceived him and took Tart away from them just in stride. They said to get out, and so we attempted to find another way in, and that it was basically nope. It's the only way to go is down, but down doesn't seem nearly as interesting as through, and this house has like lightning on their crests, which just sparks Vesh's curiosity.
First of all, thank you, Kentucky Hawkeye, for the rerolls for both Vesh and Emet. I have a feeling there's going to be a little bit of chaos this episode. Our wonderful Tart has been kidnapped, effectively, if you weren't here last session. It looks like she may have been kidnapped by Demetrius, and these guys aren't happy about it. So we are going to jump into that, where would you guys still be outside, like this manor house, this big house?
I would think, we sort of left off with us, I think around the corner, there's like the ruined wall that the house is sort of built into, because we were thinking, well, maybe we could find something there, like some old entryway or something. And I believe our great new friend River, with her being in touch with nature, recognized that these foundations are deep into the ground, and being the city of dungeons, or I believe something along those lines, which has basically been sort of the tourist-y stuff around here, makes, I think Vesh said, you mean we're going to have to go through a dungeon? And I think on that, there's sort of the or not is kind of what is going through his brain right now. A little bit of an or not.
As you sort of stand around these sort of bits, these buildings that look sort of molded into the ruins, Tart's inside. This house, they know who she is. They've taken her for a reason, and they have forced you outside to where you cannot help. And she told you to leave her there.
Yep. Emmett. So, what we know or what we don't know? There's like 40 probably pretty well trained folks who are right in there.
Potentially.
That whole, when I snuck away, how I did it was I made myself small, but I can also make people big. If you were really big Warforged, they've got 40 people, but we've got possibly a giant Emmet.
So right before we left, we were also talking to Blue.
We were. Oh, Blue saw, that's right, a giant in the sky. Giant Warforged.
Warforged in the sky that none of us could see.
Oh, it's because I would take that the wrong way. Oh, poor sweet Vesh is going to take that the wrong way.
Yep.
Blue is still stood there, looking up. If you remember last week, he told you of a giant Warforged in the sky. He told you of these strange spikes and blades coming from its shoulders and its back. And he continued to look at the sky, but whether it is or not, is he scared?
So that happened, and Emet will take that in stride. And I'm trying to remember, someone asked Emet if they believe in omens. And I can't remember if that was right then or if that was earlier in the
think it was me up on the deck of the airship
Okay.
because I remember I saw my patron or my giant soul sorcerer, whatever soul, in the sky,
That's right.
and then Blue saw something different.
But you didn't tell Vesh.
No, did not tell Vash. I did not hear then. I just heard he told us now. He said it now.
He's saying it now that he can
Yeah.
see.
So all I've seen so far is, I mean, my friendly giant in the sky, and now right when I was having that idea, Blue
Yeah.
said, "Hey, there's a giant warforged in the sky."
All right. So yeah,
Um,
Emmet will kind of put his hand on Blue's shoulder. Like, we've got to get Tart back. And turn to Vesh. And be like, are you sure you're ready? We may have to kill people.
Well, I figured I'd make a big fog cloud so I don't have to see it. And I can do the whole mist thing as well. That it's the mists of Cyre. And a giant warforged come to get them. I want to scare the hell out of them because they scared me and I don't like that. And they have Tart. Okay, so my only thing that's like, I kind of promised Tart I wouldn't. When I ran off, she talked to me a little. She kind of got onto me. And she told me not to do rash things. This probably is categorized in the rash pile.
Well, because this is the city of dungeons, I assume there might be multiple entrances. But I don't think we have time to find them.
Well, and last time we were in a dungeon, it involved being really, really quiet. I'm not so good at that.
Neither am I.
So I'm kind of thinking, I don't know, River, I don't want to get you entangled in this because we might not be good people. I haven't quite decided on that, whether we're the good people or bad people, but this might not end well.
Oh, I think you're good people, and we need to get our friend back. I like her. We need to get her back.
I agree. So, you're kind of like a soldier, Emmet. If we were going to do this, I mean, do you know anything about these people? They have lightning on their crest. Is this going to be work for us or against us? Do you know?
So I can't remember if I actually rolled. I feel like I did roll to see if I knew this house, and I didn't.
You didn't know them specifically. No, you didn't. You've never come across or entangled yourself with them. So you've heard of them, but that's it.
Emmet will shrug. It could. It depends if... I guess. Well, the fighters in there are mercenaries. From the looks of it, so they may not even care. Or they may see it as a sign that they shouldn't be there.
I sent Athena off to find a way in. She should be back soon.
Oh, who's Athena? I don't think we've met.
Oh, Athena's my spider.
Like the crab thing? Or like a different spider?
She's a wolf spider.
Oh.
That's handy.
And as you say this from the direction of the town itself, the city, River, you all sort of train to try and find this wolf spider. You see it scurry back towards you.
So, She'll crawl up my leg and onto my hand, and I'll ask her, "Did you find another way in?"
And as you do this, it's like one little leg just extends and points back towards the city itself and quickly retracts back in and just sits in your hand.
Okay. Athena says we have to go this way.
What do you think of it? Should we check it out or just kick down the door and tell him to give our friend back?
Oh, I know what's gonna happen.
Emet's too direct.
And Tart's normally the voice of reason.
Yeah.
It's already here.
Let's kick down this door. But if it goes badly, we'll check out the spider route.
Well, Athena's never let me down, so I'm pretty good. I'm pretty sure her information is good.
Alright. Let's try this. There is a possibility that since they're mercenaries, their job is done. Unless they are full-time employed, then we might be in some trouble, but say we go find out.
I'm sorry, go find out about the spider or kick down the front door?
Kick down the front door.
Okay. Okay. So, I got a couple of options here. So, that's just like, when I was getting away, I needed as much time as possible. So I really worked hard with Ulgora to make it last as long as possible. So it would last about 15 minutes. In your experience as a warrior, is this going to take 15 minutes or is it going to go good or bad pretty quick?
It should be quick. With this many people, we're gonna know pretty quickly.
Okay. Okay. Stand by. I got to check some stuff out. Minute. Okay, so it lasts a minute. Wow, it lasts a whole minute. So yeah, 2 minutes doesn't even make sense. So yeah. Okay, cool. That means I can keep my sorcery points for other things. Do you want to be big to kick down the door or after you kick down the door?
Let's be big to kick down the door, just in case.
And I'm gonna thunder wave to help kick down the door, if that's okay. So you'll kind of be like charging in, big form, with a thunder wave hitting as well.
This is a good entrance, Vesh.
I think so.
I can stand behind with my bow and
Or
wait.
maybe up high. If there's anyone up high who's shooting down, that would be good. Give us cover from above.
Okay. So I'm gonna look around and see if there's anywhere I can go up high.
Maybe. Okay, yeah. Because okay. Let me just. No. So that lasts an
Since you're
hour.
going into a
Okay, this is good. This is going to be so good. That's just getting very excited because this is like he's playing with toys. So is Tall Squirrel. Okay, so here's the thought. Imagine, if you will.
It's the best thing already.
Imagine, if you will. It's midday, right?
Mm-hmm.
The middle of the day, and a huge mysterious fog cloud comes washing in over the bad guy's house. From out of the fog comes a giant warforged. You go running in and just go right towards the door, and right as you do that, I do a thunder wave to help you out to bust down the door so they can't see us. And the fog will flow in right behind you because it's really, really, I can make fog is one of those things I can do. It's kind of like the mists, but it's not the mists. So if it scares them, remember, I'm going to say all kinds of stuff to try to make them think it's like the mists of Cyre and the Warforged from beyond. I'll make my voice.
I would suggest, since we're going into a building, there probably isn't good height advantage for you, River. Possibly watching the door behind us if we have to retreat. Make sure no one comes up behind us.
I'll do that.
Okay. Besh, you have such a way with prose. You should be writing for theaters. Not necessarily killing people. Alright, let's do this.
Okay. DM, that's the plan.
Oh, I'm gonna let you do this. So the only thing I'm gonna do is that if describe the spell to me, describe the scene as you are making.
Okay, so to get into the meta of this, fog cloud lasts an hour. I'm gonna cast it at 3rd level, which gives it a 60-foot radius. So it's 120 feet across. So the idea is what I want to do is as the fog is like flowing in, basically that, and again, you can call me on any of this sort of stuff. Basically, as Emmett busts down the door, as fog will do, that it will flow into the building, especially since it's magical fog as well. The idea is to give us some, basically, again, way meta, try to have them at disadvantage. I know the problem we've got is it puts Emmett at disadvantage as well for sight, unless you've got some kind of weird, do you have any sort of, because you're a Warforged, sensory stuff? Do you have I just don't know. I've never played a Warforged.
Sight-wise, no.
As I say, I don't think you do sight-wise.
Yeah. So that's the only thing. That was the other thing with River is, again, in fog, it's going to put attacks at disadvantage. It puts their attacks at disadvantage. So the thing would be is if you wanted to stay out of the fog and being picking off people, the nice part about the fog bank is I can push it all the way in front of me. So if you're in the back, you've got clear. I mean, once I drop it, it's kind of centered where it is. So I'm afraid you're going to end up in fog, and that's going to be disadvantage. So, I mean, in just discussing as players, I think having the fog, especially against 40 people, could be good to have. The trick is, I mean, I know as a barbarian, you can reckless, which at least gets you to flat rolls. But they'll still be, so it means they'll be back at flat rolls. So then does it matter? Okay, there's meta. If you have to reckless, that means they have advantage on their attacks against you, which then cancels out the disadvantage. So we're back to flat.
Which I think is fine, because there's also an intimidation factor that we're going for too, since we're up against so many people.
But it does put, because I'm probably going to be just using AoE stuff. Thunder waving, things like that. I mean, I have a shadow blade, so if someone, because that's the thing, is that they can see within 5 feet of you. It's just ranged. Let me read the fine print of Fog Cloud. The area is heavily obscured, so I need to click on heavily obscured, so we know exactly what heavily obscured is, because that's specific wording. I'll put on my Perkins hat.
That could also mean that 2 small beings might be able to pass through the fog without being seen. Especially if there's a giant warforged to focus on.
Might just be under the vision rules.
So have you already enlarged? Have you already...
What I would do is, because enlarge only lasts a minute unless I spend a sorcery point.
Mm-hmm.
So what I was going to do was basically cast Fog Cloud, because it lasts an hour first, and then let it sort of flow in up against the castle, and then you do the charge and run.
Oh, yeah, we can do this.
So yeah, in heavily obscured, a creature effectively suffers from the blinded condition. attack rolls against the creature have advantage, and creature attack rolls have disadvantage. So basically, it's a bunch of people flailing around in fog.
Mm-hmm. So, how are you releasing this mist, this fog?
Oh, I mean, as far as roleplay wise,
Mm-hmm.
I'll do it when we actually get in the scene. I just want to make sure you were. So that's the idea: is that fog cloud enlarge Emet. When Emet hits the door, I would cast a Thunder Mave, and I'm gonna channel Divinity to make it max damage. So it'll be max damage and siege damage to basically make a hole, and then I guess then it's all hell's breaking loose.
Okay.
Maybe I'm going to try to say some words for a general, some thaumaturgy words for a general, the mists of seers, the mist of seers and the warforged of old have come to bring retribution upon your house for the ill deeds. Something Vesh-like, but in a really deep voice.
So
you stole our.
You approach the steps of this house. These are quite large steps, as you remember. There are no guards out the front anymore. You are just faced with this huge door.
Okay, I assume we're going to stay back a little bit, so for like a running start.
Yeah. You are just faced with this huge door and these big marble steps up.
Up to the door.
Up to the door.
Okay. Like how much? Like, is it like a full story high, or just a couple steps?
It's like, it's a couple of steps to get up.
It's important for Vash.
Yeah.
Oh, damn it, there's stairs. The plan's off. Okay.
There is silence.
Oh, wait, there's silence? Where'd they all go? Well, darn it, it's no fun if there's no one here.
Well, then it'll be easy to break in and find where they took her.
It's true. We make a good team. We make such a bad team.
Let's bust down this door.
Okay.
Emet is squared up with the door. Just stands super tall, shoulders squared to it.
Oh, wait, so are we doing the fog cloud or not? Or there's no one here for the fog cloud. So yeah, I'll wait to cast it once we're inside to see whether we need it.
Okay.
Yeah. So minor change. I'm going to wait on the fog cloud to see, because I kind of was thinking they were going to be like shooting at us and stuff as we came running up. So darn.
You say darn at that, and Emet just kind of turns and looks at you.
Minor revision. Picture this. It's a bright, sunny day. A warforged knocks on your door.
Emet runs for the door.
Okay. As he's running, I cast Enlarge. So that means all of your damage. Okay, so in the enlarged condition, all of your damage gains an extra, I believe an extra D4 is the way that works. Or is it advance the dice one? I always forget, because it used to be advance the dice one. I think that in the errata it now is that it just sorry folks for getting into all kind of rule stuff, but just so we know what happens. Enlarge. Target's weapons also grows magic. You can deal an extra 1d4 damage. So all of your attacks deal an extra 1d4 damage. So just throw a d4 on top of your damage.
Alrighty.
So,
and I will rage as I run.
As you run towards this door, this huge door, River and Vesh, from your perception, you see with each step, Emet grows that little bit each time. And Emet, I need you to roll a strength with advantage as you come into this door. Describe to me how you absolutely crashed through this door.
All right, so Emet is growing as he is running, and just kind of like when he busts through the wall after Tart. the last time he had to run after Tart. This is becoming a habit.
Damn it, Tart.
He throws his left shoulder out and leans into it, and just as he goes, just slams his upper body into this door in the center of this double door. At least that's how I've been picturing it, as a double door.
Yeah, it's a huge double door, and on impact, it splinters, and you effectively run straight through it.
Yeah, for some reason, it seemed like it wasn't going to break. I was going to throw a thunder wave behind it, but you're doing great, Emmett.
And you see Emmett disappear in this crash and this splinter of wood.
I mean, I'm going to be running behind.
How about River?
River is still standing behind with her bow ready for, is anybody coming out, kind of moving forward as she does it.
You approach cautiously with Blue by your side. Vesh, you tear after Emmett. And Emmett, you burst into this room. The splinters litter the floor. It's not the only thing to litter the floor, though. There's 36 bodies lay. And you see 4 soldiers stood there, staring at you. They don't seem shocked, their eyes glazed over. I need you to roll initiative for me, please.
Oh, no. Oh, that's not good.
Hey, look, you wanted plan B.
Oh.
Okay. Let me roll for initiative.
Of course, Vesh is like, oh, right, I was going to do the fog cloud, so I didn't see him dead. But the door, wow, that door really did a number on those soldiers, I bet. I didn't know a door could hurt people that bad.
And Emmett, you stand there. These people lay dead around you. And these 4 guards, eyes glazed over, staring blankly at you. Their mouths slightly open. They do not seem to notice you. What do you do?
I don't think it was the splinters of the door, Vesh. At that, my rage is probably going to quit, because the intensity of the situation just switched dramatically. And I'll slowly walk towards one of the guards, see if they react.
As you walk towards one of them, without looking at you, he pulls out a rapier and points it towards you.
How much of you is left?
The other 3 all draw their rapiers and start to surround Emmett.
Not drawing a weapon, Emmett will attempt to just lightly hit one. In other words, not trying to kill them.
Are you trying to knock him out? Or
Yes.
Can you roll an attack roll, please?
You're also still enlarged.
Yeah, that's what I was like.
Yeah.
We'll see how this goes. Oh, okay, so...
Oh, and I bet they aren't giving me dexterity for armor class. This is, yeah. Schmack. Are you doing unarmed? So
Yeah, so just a d20. Or strength.
Well, d20 plus your strength, plus your proficiency. Because barbarians, I believe, are proficient in unarmed.
We'll do this and see. Okay, oops.
Roll damage for me, please.
Let's see. Unarmed is a d. Well,
So
wait,
unarmed.
I'm unarmed. So...
Well, I don't know if Barbarian has special rules. It's usually your strength.
Either way, you're gonna knock this person out on a 24. So how do you do this?
So Emet sees that they're surrounding him and drew a rapier, and he just, whichever one is squared up in front of him, he just like open palm, like bats at the side of its head to hit the temple, just because he remembers the soldiers from last time and doesn't necessarily want to kill them again.
As you do this, it's like he completely ragdolls and drops to the floor with a crash and a crunch. The final 3 turn to look at you this time. Their mouths open a little bit wider. And they just make a very inhuman, deep noise. Like they're howling at you. Almost a chant. In fact, you recognize this chant.
Do we all hear it?
Vesh, you hear it. Emet, you hear it. River, as you step in the door, you are confronted with this scene. You hear this chant. You do not recognize it.
So, sort of doing thaumaturgy, because he's getting ready to, try to scare some people. Vesh is like, "Behold, the mists of wow, that's really terrible." Those are like the guys in the basement. And then
as you speak, they turn their eyes on Vesh, and Kim, it is your go. River, sorry, it is your go.
I didn't hear what you said, sorry.
So River, it's your turn.
they turn.
They turn
Okay.
to look at Vesh.
Oh, so we've already knocked one out.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want them to attack Vesh. But I don't know if I should attack them first, because... Okay. I guess since they're probably going to attack, I should just shoot one with my bow. But I don't want to kill it, so what do I do?
Are you aiming for something in particular?
Maybe I could fire a warning shot, hit him in the shoulder or something.
Mm-hmm.
Arrow to the knee.
Yeah.
Arrow to
the knee.
Like a... Yeah, so I'm gonna do that, like an arrow to the knee, or, hey, leave my friend alone.
Yeah. No, go for it.
Why did that not work? Because I hit the wrong thing. There we go.
Oh!
Nice.
Okay, can you roll damage for me, please? Oh! On a
I
nat
was trying
20,
not to.
Super accurate.
Vesh, you are stood witnessing this scene in Emet, and you feel a whistle past your ear as this arrow hisses past and absolutely shatters this knee as this person buckles and falls to the floor. He does not scream. His mouth does not close. He lays there, still chanting. It is their turn. One of them has turned to Emet. And nat 1. On a nat 1, it swings blindly at you and almost stumbles forward. Not into you, but into your space, Emet. It stumbles over the one you have forced to the ground and knocked out. It is Vesh's turn. There are 2 still standing. One has been taken out by the knee, and Emet, you have just seen, has completely crashed one into the floor and knocked him out.
So, Vesh is going to gather his senses, and realizing this isn't nearly the battle that he thought it was, instead of, really letting loose in here, he's going to just do he's going to sort of gather himself, just like, the lightning and thunder of your house are turned against you, and casts a thunderclap, which is just is his little cantrip version of this. And each creature within range. Okay, so wait a second. Did I do this right? Oh, I'm sorry. No, so I need to run up. So I run up to them, sort of seeing how this is going, sort of run up next to Emet, kind of knowing I've got a giant warforged next to me, and do my little speech. The thunder and lightning of your house are turned against you. Stand down! And then does a thunderclap. And I need to do a Constitution saving throw. DC 14.
Let's roll all 4 of them.
Oh, so I guess only one of them. One of them will take.
One of them you see as the one closest to you. It's almost like your hands slow as this clap erupts, and Emet and River, you'll see almost like a judder in the air around as this lightning starts to static between Vesh's hands, and it's almost like a ripple briefly. And which one are you aiming for in particular?
It really it sort of emanates from me. So, yeah. I mean, if you want to even roll a die for which one takes it, whichever one, I guess the third one is the one that failed, will take 9 points of thunder damage.
Yeah, third one. So one of the ones stood by Emet, just sort of, you see him quiver, and it's like he's knocked back by the air and this lightning that wraps around him, and he falls to the floor, sort of twitching slightly before finally falling still, mouth closing.
I don't feel good about this, Emet. They're not even fighting.
How many are left?
There is one stood upright, there's one knocked out, there's one laying down, the one that Vesh just attacked, and one still chanting, laying down with an arrow in its knee.
Alright, so I will walk forward to the one that's still standing. And I will get right up on them, but I will hold my action until they attack me.
Okay.
So if they attack any one of us, then I will attack him. Same thing, just try and knock him out.
Yeah. River, it is your turn.
I think I'm gonna follow Emet's example and hold my action, because I feel bad that I broke that guy's knee, but I was just trying to warn him. Back off.
As you stand there, rolls an 11. Does that hit you?
No.
You feel this, he swings with this rapier, and it's like it just clatters off of you before he immediately resumes the same position again and waits.
Okay, in that case, I will, again, just try and swat, almost like swatting an insect, just open palm.
Yeah, same again, roll same again. That's a hit.
Right. Let's see. I think I'm doing this great.
And this one he's not knocked out, but falls to the ground And very much like the one with the arrow in the knee, is still laying there, still chanting. It is Vesh's turn if he wants to do anything. You can effectively leave initiative if you want now. They don't seem to be doing anything in particular. And thank you for 10 retweets.
Vesh is just going to be... Did these guys kill all the ones? Oh, no, I was thinking it was the door, so no, I wouldn't be asked that. Vesh is going to be like... This isn't nearly as exciting as it was in my story. It's just us hitting on them, and they're not right.
No, they're like the guards from before. Do they have any sort of crest or uniform on that I would recognize?
They're exactly the same guards from before. There doesn't seem to be anything different about them other than their eyes. However, if you both wish to make an investigation check or a perception check, that is also fine.
I'll do an investigation.
Yeah. I definitely want to look over them.
Okay.
And I'll do perception.
Okay. On a 10, Emet, you're not sure. You're sort of looking over these robes and this guard uniform. This is like it's the city guard. Under this house, under the house that you know to have taken Tart. But other than that, you don't seem to see any more than the branding of House Lyandra. However, Vesh, when you look, for that split second, it's like a distortion, like a warp, like the face changes and goes back to normal. And on a 15, you think you recognize this face. For a split second, this face distorted. Feel free to make a history check if you want to try and discover who it is.
Yes, I will. I want to use a reroll.
Yeah, go for it.
Oof.
No.
Can I use my D6 as well?
If you want to, yes, that's absolutely fine.
I really want to recognize his face.
I know.
Come on, 6, come on, 6, come on, 6, come on, 6.
If I can give you one of my rerolls, I'll give you one of mine.
That's okay. This is the dice telling us that Vesh...
Yeah, you don't know who this is.
But I recognize it, but I can't place it.
You can't place the face, but the eyes and the nose, there's something about it, and it's like...
It's the distortion I recognize, or the real face?
No, the distortion.
Distortion I
recognize. It's like the face twists into something you know, and then it quickly, almost like in a split second, zaps back. And you think it smiled at you.
You know when you have a bad dream and you kind of try to remember it, then you can't remember it, but it's still a bad dream?
No.
Oh.
Yeah, and then you have that icky feeling afterwards.
Yes. Icky.
Yeah.
These guys are icky feeling guys. I don't know what it is. His face went weird, and then it made me feel really icky, like after you have a bad dream and you wake up and you're like, everything's okay, but it's not okay. That
I understand. These are like the soldiers from before. We really need to find Tart.
Yeah. So...
Soldiers from before? Oh.
So in the history of my people, or kind of like the beliefs of my people, there's something called the Dalkior, which are like darkness, dark spirits. They make things bad. They come from the dreaming. And basically, they're really bad. So we think they're trying to get out. And what they do is they make people not be them anymore. They kind of take over. They did it to Tart's mom. And that would have been really bad because she's the head of the House of Shadows and could make everyone's life pretty terrible. She's pretty good at it even without the Dalkior guy. But anyway, I digress. But yeah, so I think it's kind of like those soldiers. To save Tart's mom, we fought some soldiers who kind of were like this, just kind of like, whoa, and this is kind of the same.
Okay, I got it. I'm up to date.
Also, for the trinket, River 1, Emet 2, and Vesh 3. River, hang on, Emet. Could you please roll me a D100, please?
Yes, I can.
And you stand now in this hall, this huge open hall. The staircases are littered with bodies. There are bodies around you. Blood leaks into the cracks in the floor. And the doors at the back, on the lower level, huge stone doors that they weren't there before. They're open.
You said, River, you said there's a whole lot underneath this city more than above?
Yes, there's a lot of rooms and dungeons and yeah. There's like a whole city underneath the city.
So what do you think, Matt? Do we need to go up? Or it looks like down?
Down.
Yes, if you're trying to hide someone, you do it in a maze.
I kind of walk over the doors. Are there stairs? Of course there's stairs.
There are stairs. Stairs that go down into darkness.
Stairs. Why did it have to be stairs? Sorry, I've been wanting all season to be able to say that.
Wait, so we've got the new doors. They're not covering the doors that I saw Tart go through, correct?
These are the doors you saw.
Oh, okay. All right. Emet turns back to River. It's like, you're more aware now of what we're dealing with. Are you sure you want this kind of adventure?
Oh,
And
yeah.
kind of gestures to the dead all around them, the chanting creepy freaks on the floor.
Yeah, they're still going.
They're like, I picture them like fish, like out of water, dead on
They're
the floor.
like guppy, yeah. They're just going.
It's just going to get weirder and weirder. And so far we've been okay, but I don't know how long our luck will last.
Well, you have to stick with your friends. So let's do it. Let's go save our friend.
All right. How good can you track?
I think I'm really good.
Perfect. You still okay, Vesh?
I'm good. So, I'm not quiet. You're not quiet. Shall we just get down here?
Well, we can do it one of two ways. We can trust that River is super sneaky and tracky and let her lead, and we'll stay quite a bit behind. Or we will just charge in.
Well, if she's in front of us and it's stairs, there's probably about a 99% chance I'm gonna fall down the stairs and take her with me.
Well, we can always do River first, then me, then you.
It's true.
So that way you'd hit me, and maybe I'd be able to brace.
Crush River.
I was gonna say, picture this. So Vesh is like, is it like a spiral staircase, or is it like a straight staircase, or is it like turned into darkness almost immediately?
Not a full-on spiral staircase, but you can see it twists down into this darkness, and you can feel this breeze coming up the stairs.
Damn it! I'm gonna do something rash.
Okay.
Vesh takes the shield off his back, sits on it like a saucer sled, and jumps down the stairs.
I need you to roll me a dexterity.
I figure even if I fail, I still get to the bottom of the stairs. Straight up.
Just a dex save.
Save, okay.
Was ready for Vesh to just start running down the stairs, and then sees this, turns to Blue and goes, "Oh, Blue, go, let's go!" And starts taking off after.
And
on an 8. So, Emet and River, you see Vesh almost do a running jump onto this shield and just disappear into this darkness. And you can hear this crash and bang as he hits walls on the way down. Blue already following at Emet's order. Emet, are you running after?
Yep.
And I'm assuming River is as well?
Yes.
Okay, so Vesh, you are plunged into darkness. There are no torches down here.
Do I have dark vision? I don't think I do. No, do I? Nope.
You are going down into complete darkness. You are rushing down this, and you feel like yourself crashing into different sides of the wall as you go down. And as you go down on this shield, you hear a click. And the wall opens. And you shoot straight through it.
Just a little ramp and jump.
Mm-hmm.
Woo!
Yeah, just like Emet, Blue, and River will hear a slight woo as it disappears.
I think that means he's still
and then
okay.
you hear the sound of rock moving and a doof.
So can I see? Because I have dark vision, so can I see this like happening?
You don't see this happening. He is like whizzed off down this thing
Okay.
as you all tear down. And you were running for a while. You were running for about 10 minutes down the stairs. You haven't caught up to Vesh yet.
Oh my gosh.
Matt just keeps running.
You keep running, and you keep running.
Annette, wait, we should have ran into Vesh by now. What's going on?
At that, Emet will stop and stand still for a moment and just listen, because he knows that he should be able to hear the crash of Vesh up ahead.
Mm-hmm. You hear absolutely nothing apart from the wind whistling through these tunnels and the drip of the water that is running down these black stone walls, and you can see the algae sort of almost like it's woven into it as you place your foot on the floor in the darkness in a chamber. Vesh is not there.
At that, Emet just, for a moment, you can almost, if he had lungs, that's when you'd hear like the rumbling of a roar just start to well up, but gotta be somewhat discreet. So he holds it back. It's like, damn it.
And Blue looks to both of you. Where is Vesh?
That's a very good question, Blue.
And Blue starts like walking around the corridor, like this huge hallway, just banging on walls, banging on the floor, like, Vesh, Besh! Like there's sort of a broken voice. And he looks back, and in the darkness you can see him blink from blue-coloured eyes to yellow. He freezes for a moment. His arms drop and he starts to walk into the darkness.
Blue? Emet will follow Blue. And kind of, not necessarily run, but like almost jog to catch up to him.
And River's gonna follow.
You walk down this corridor. There are many doors in this corridor. And it looks like it branches off into many more corridors. You head down 3 or 4 steps. Blue still walking into darkness.
Emet will reach out and put a hand on Blue's shoulder and just be like, Blue?
His head turns to look at you. Can you roll a perception check for me, please, Emet? On a 20, you know Blue. You know what his eyes look like, you know what the colours mean. This, it's like you're looking into glass. There's mist and fog, steam up.
Emet will attempt just to like lift Blue up.
You can do that. He doesn't do anything to stop you.
Does his little legs keep moving like he's walking?
Yes, they do.
Okay. Emet will go back the way they came. It's like set him down and see if he keeps going this, like turn him around to see if he'll switch directions or see if he goes the same direction.
As you put him down, his eyes snap back. Haven't we already been here?
Do you know where you're trying to go?
I'm following you.
Huh. That's... River, that's terrifying. If my eyes turn yellow, you should probably just leave the dungeon. Come on, Blue. Let's... You said I did hear the rumble of rocks?
Yes, you would have heard the rumble of rocks.
Shoot. Is Emet intelligent enough to think of hidden doors? I will roll, because I don't want to...
Yeah, I think we've seen Tart look for hidden doors before.
Yeah. Nope.
On a nat 1, you can only assume that Vesh has continued down the tunnel.
Alright. Let's find Vesh and Tart. Blue, follow
Yes.
me.
I always follow you.
Good.
Starts to follow you.
And actually, I'll suggest, River, if you want to take lead, find any signs, I'm going to assume that you're much better at this than I am.
Oh, okay. I would be able to smell him still, right?
You should be able to smell him.
Okay, so we're walking back up the stairs. So I'm gonna.
I was going to keep going down the hall. Because
keep going down the hall. Okay.
Emet does not necessarily think about such things as hidden doors and pathways.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm gonna think about. We lost him on the stairs. So maybe we should go search along the stairs. Because that's where we lost him. I don't smell him down here. So I'm gonna walk back to where I can smell him still.
Matt shrugs. I don't know how smells work, so
Okay,
I
well,
trust you on that, I guess.
okay. It's like a lot of faith in someone you don't know. All right, so I'm gonna start walking back the way we came until I can smell Vesh.
Yeah, could you roll an investigation for me, please?
I can. If I can find it. Ooh.
Yeah, on a 14, you stop by a part of this wall. It's like a breeze is coming through the smallest crack in the wall, and you can just smell Vesh. You can smell that flatbread, the
burritos.
The burritos you can
So much garlic burritos.
Your keen nose just tells you somehow through here, this is where Vesh went.
Emet is
Okay.
still looking like down the hallway. Like, I'll trust you on this, but probably gonna have to go that way.
I'm gonna start touching the wall. And then I'm gonna go down a little bit. Matt, I don't know how, but he's here. He's here behind this wall.
Emet will walk up the stairs to the portion of the wall.
You can see this crack just lining down.
I miss Tart.
All right. Try pushing the wall, or see if there's some sort of like jump on the stairs.
Perception or investigation for looking around?
What would you rather?
Perception.
Roll a perception for me. On an 8, you don't see anything, but you feel this wall is triggered by something for it to open.
Emet is like looking, not really touching anything, but looking, and just getting so frustrated. Tart was kidnapped. Vesh is missing. Something weird just happened with Blue. Alright, there's a trigger somewhere. I don't know where it is. Maybe we just need to find shields and sled down the stairs. I don't know.
Okay. How are we gonna find shields?
Good question.
Well, there has to be. I'm gonna look around.
Yeah,
Still-
can you roll me a perception or investigation, please?
Let's see which. Ooh, let's roll perception.
On a 10, you can sort of feel around. You're feeling on these walls, and you feel like your foot catches something. Just for a moment, it could almost be just like a slight, like where the rock just sticks out that tiny bit.
Okay. Oh, I felt
Yeah.
something.
Down on the step.
I felt something on the step. I'm gonna try to keep feeling and see if I can feel it better.
Yeah, you feel this. It's almost like a switch, but it's made from the rock.
Okay. I'm gonna push it or step on it or whatever.
You step on it. Emet, in front of you, you hear this huge creak as this rock starts to shake and just open that little bit, and dust starts to fall.
You said just a little bit?
Enough for you to put yourself through. You won't
Okay.
be able to walk like side by side through this.
Okay. So at that, like, it meant, oh, yes! Yes! River, well done! And starts pushing his way through the crack. Like, come on, Blue. But while he pushes his way through the crack, like, he's not actually looking through it, he's actually looking back at Blue. Just
You're not
waiting.
looking through it?
Nope.
Okay.
Looking at Blue.
So we're gonna hop over to Vesh. Vesh.
Woo! I
It's
kind of see
like
Calvin
you-
and Hobbes.
Took off. It's like you took off that moment. It's like you felt like you were flying. You were soaring through this air, and then you feel your stomach drop as you plummet. You plummet hard.
Uh-oh.
And then there is a rush of cold as you hit water. You
Sploosh.
disappear under it briefly for a second. In this darkness.
So I'm basically, I'm sitting on my sled, shield sled. Woo! Sploosh. Okay. Dark water. I can't see. Am I having to tread water, or am I like in deep water? Am I treading water?
You feel like you're on your tippy toes.
Okay. Well,
Like
so it's like 7 and it's almost 8 feet deep. In that case.
You are
Okay.
just about touching the ground.
Oh golly, I'm in the dark. It's water, it's wet, and I don't think. No, I don't. I mean, all I've got is torches, which is probably not the way to go here, and everything's probably wet. So, or it will certainly get wet if I try to unpack a torch, because I'm basically my bag at this point. Whatever little water resistance it has is going to quickly go away. So, I start feeling around in the darkness to see if I can find a wall, just something, stairs, some way to get, at this point, just try to get so I'm not on my tippy toes.
Yeah. You can reach around and you can feel around. You're doing this probably for quite a bit. You realize how big, it's almost like a pool.
Okay.
And you can feel the stone either side of you as you sort of map out this area. And then you feel a ledge. And you sort of push your fingers along the edge to try and feel out where it is. And this looks like a platform. And as you feel along this edge, your hands go over a pair of boots and then over the other side of them again.
Feeling the pair of boots, Vesh is going to kick off away, thinking someone's standing there. So like put you like when you push off the side, way back out, and what I am going to do is come on, there's got to be something here, something that makes light. One of these spells has to make light. No, that's thunder.
Don't electrocute yourself in the pool.
Well, that's the other part. Something that makes light that isn't electricity. Oh, can I do this? Can I cast chromatic orb, fire damage, and basically just shoot it straight in the air, almost like I'm shooting off
Like
a flame?
flare. Yeah, go for it.
So I can just get an idea of light. Yeah, so I mean, I guess it's an attack roll. So, I mean, I'm not really aiming at anything. I'm truly just shooting straight up, knowing I fell from straight up. That's interesting. I don't have it programmed into, didn't pull into roll 20, but it's just it's a D20 plus 6. So, sorry about that. For some reason, it's not programmed in. I drug it over. Plus. Yeah, so he just sort of basically shoots a chromatic orb straight up into the air.
Yeah, as you do this, it's lit briefly for a moment as this jet of light shoots up, and you can see how far you have fallen. You can't see the ceiling. And you are actually swimming between two huge pillars.
The big thing I'm looking at is those...
And a ledge. There are no boots here anymore. And you hear footsteps walk away.
So in that brief, I know, just
it's like it
6 seconds of light. Yeah, 6 seconds of light. I see a ledge. Is there like a doorway or darkness beyond it?
You see this ledge, quite a wide ledge that you could heave yourself up on.
Mm-hmm.
And an old stone doorway, a huge doorway. About 30 feet high. Arched.
With not seeing the person there anymore, just to get out of the water, also knowing he has his pack because he doesn't want to like fill with water and waterlog everything because he knows he's going to need a torch a little bit. He's going to swim back over and pull himself up on there. I mean, I assume he's in the darkness. He's soaking wet.
Yeah, you pull yourself up and you feel that water just leave you that sound, that trickling of the water as you pull yourself up as it falls on the stones.
Yeah.
And Emmet and River, you see a light shoot up and disappear again.
Okay, so I did not just blindly fall in.
You almost did.
When I see the light shoot up, I'll kind of lean over and yell down, just Vesh.
We got an echo in here?
It is a long echo, and that light briefly, you're about to take a step over this edge as you suddenly realize this drop.
Just as a note, for visuals. So the range is 90 feet. So did it make it all the way up to them, or was it still below them?
It was only just below, like literally just below them. Like it's almost like it came up to your feet, Emmet, and then quickly sort of like a firework, just
yeah.
Like
all the way down.
Do I hear the
you hear that almost like slightly, like again you hear that echo of Vesh.
Emmet, I'm okay. There's water down here. It's pretty deep. You're pretty heavy, but so well. I don't have any light down here. There's a big door. Door.
And you can hear this.
I miss Tart so much. Okay. Well, I don't suppose you can fly, can you?
I never tried, but I don't think so. I can jump pretty far.
No, I don't suppose it's very common to fly.
I'm really good at falling down.
So is Vesh. Obviously, as it meant like gestures to the... Alright, let's see what I got. I do have rope, but not enough.
Oh, I have rope. We can tie them together.
Perfect. Though it may not hold my weight. Unless we're trying to pull Vesh up. Or get to the door he sees.
There was someone down here. Down here.
If Emmet could roll his eyes, he probably would at this point be like, of course there's someone down here. Alright. Let's tie these ropes together. At least throw them down.
Okay.
Get Vesh back to us.
Alright, so I'll hand over my rope.
So you're tying these together?
Yeah.
Okay. Could whoever's going to make the knot, you make a dexterity to a sleight of hand, please.
I'll hold both ropes in my gigantic, I guess not meaty hands, just my gigantic stone hands, and then hold them out to River and be like, you might be better at this than I am. Because my fingers are probably like larger than this rope.
Okay, so I'll take it.
Yeah, on a sleight of hand, you secure these ropes in a knot tight.
Okay. Oh. Here, I'll hand them back to Emmet. Check them and see if they're tight enough.
Yeah, it seems to just tense.
All right. Emet will like double loop one end around his arm because he doesn't want to tie it to something and waste more length because they're barely going to have enough as it is. Well, he doesn't know that. And throws it over the edge. Throwing down a rope, Vesh.
Are you coming down or am I going up?
Why don't you come up? At least for now.
Okay.
Okay. Vesh, can you roll me a strength, please?
Athletic?
Athletics,
athletics?
yes. Athletics, yeah.
Come on, Vesh. You're clumsy, but you're strong.
On a 12, you start to climb. Your arms are shaking a little bit from the cold of the water. You hear a voice in the darkness. Monsters in the darkness, breathing, listening, talking. Can't go out. Once you see it, you'll love it. Can't go out. Beware it. They're coming. Vesh.
Oh no. Vesh would start at hearing his name down here coming out of the darkness. He just would. Heck, I started. So, do I have to roll to see whether I lose the rope?
No, you're
Okay.
on a 12. You can sort of hang there.
Yeah, I think he'd stop.
It's like, in the darkness, the breathing, the listening, the talking. You can hear it, can't you? What would they say? I don't know what they say. Giants have loud voices. Can hear them shouting. Can hear it hissing, breathing, snarling. It's hot down here.
Emmett! Okay. Whoever's down here knows my name. They're talking about giants, which was kind of cool, but then they talked about something that snarls and growls, and I'm not sure if they said about it, but it seems like it has really sharp teeth and might be hungry.
Is Blue with you? Is Blue with you? I'd like to see Blue. How about Emmett? Is River there?
Oh god, they know all of us.
Where's Tart? And Kaya?
Wait. Where is Tart? Yells back down.
Yeah. I know where she is. She's in
Well,
the
then
dark.
why did you ask?
Because that's what you're thinking. That's what Blue's thinking. It's what Emmet's thinking.
Okay.
It's what River's thinking. What are you gonna do? Because it hisses in the dark and you can hear the heat. You can feel the fire. Can you feel the fire?
Pull me up, pull me up, pull me up.
The moment Vesh yells up, starts yelling up about voices talking to him, and knowing his name, Emmet would start to pull him up regardless.
You start to pull like Vesh, you're almost like completely frozen in fear.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Emmet is pulling you up. And you hear, Emmet! God, this boy gets lost all the time. As you hear Tart's voice.
At that, Vesh probably feels the rope like stop for a moment.
Oh, he's in so much trouble. I can't believe he does this all the time. I just tell him to not tell people their names, not tell them where we're going.
And then immediately starts quickening his pace and pulling Vesh up faster.
You get to the top.
Emmet pulls up Vesh, has him secured on the ground, like almost like pushes him away from the edge, and then just kind of almost collapses against the wall with his hands, his face in his hands, just like, I'm not good at this part. I just do the things. I don't think the plans.
Nope. Sorry, go ahead.
Oh no, I was. Did I hear Tart's voice or just Emmett hear? Emmett
You
hear?
all heard it.
We all heard Tart's voice. Was it coming from below or all around?
From below.
So I'm gonna I'm thinking that that's Tart's voice, but can I smell Tart? Is like she within 60 feet?
It's not 60 feet if you're stood at the top.
Okay.
It's really creepy, but they seem to know lots of things.
I wonder how they know all the things.
It said it was it was what I was thinking. And what Blue was thinking. Blue, what are you thinking?
Blue's, I don't think. I think. As he sort of looks as confused as a Warforged can look confused.
Blue, when we got to the bottom of the stairs, what do you remember? What happened?
I followed
we
you
do?
down the stairs.
And once we got to the bottom,
I followed you down the stairs.
and after we got to the bottom of the stairs,
And he pauses. Did we reach the bottom?
Vesh, something happened to Blue. Something took over Blue? I don't know.
Like in Sharn?
I don't know. Honestly, I didn't know if that could happen to a Warforged.
No, like the Warforged in Sharn.
Oh. Not... maybe?
I don't like this part. I'm not good at this part. We
Me
need
neither.
Tart.
From down below, you hear a strike as a torch lights. As you look down, a dwarf stares back up at you. He holds something in his hand.
Hey, do you know where Tart is? Really, this for true this time, not just telling me what I want to hear. I yelled out.
Yeah, he sort of looks at you, and he does like he moves quite drastically. Everything is a quick, sharp movement. Where the gifts? Where the voices? Can you hear it? Can you hear it? And he sort of lifts the thing he's holding to his ear. I can hear it. I can hear Tart. I can hear Emmett. I can hear River. I can hear Blue. I can hear Kaya. I can hear Elvenor. I hear lots.
Emet turns to Vesh. Vesh, the only thing I know to do is go down and talk to him. But I feel like that's not necessarily a good thing.
Well, so, how much further do the stairs go down? You were saying that you reached the bottom of them?
Was this about midway up?
Yeah,
The stairs are-
midway. Yeah, midway.
I mean, does it seem like those stairs went down as low as this well goes?
No. Oh no.
When Blue was taken over, he was heading in a direction. We could try and follow the way he was going, or we
It's
can
where
talk to
he
the
wants
stone.
you to go.
Never mind. I don't know if I want to go that way anymore. I think I'd rather follow Creepy Dwarf Man.
We had luck with creepy dwarf men before.
Yes. And if he's knows to beware the gifts, I kind of trust that a bit more too.
Don't open the doors. Don't open the doors in the corridor. Find the wall.
Were there doors? Oh.
Lots
Find
of
the wall.
doors.
You'll find the wall. The wall of faces. They talk.
Oh, we don't want to do that again. We don't want to. Executive decision. Vesh grabs his shield,
To the dwarf.
jumps.
No way!
I've already done it once. It's fine.
Yeah, and there's that crash and splash again, and Vesh, you disappear onto this water once more. And you see this as Blue takes a step forward and almost just falls off the edge.
Ah! I don't even know if you can swim, Blue. Not that
It's
you
not
need
too
to, but-
deep. Wait, does he have to breathe?
No.
Vesh, whilst you're down there and you emerge, you're actually a little bit taller than Blue. So you just see like the top of his head and these two glowing eyes walking.
I grab his hand. It actually has light, so I'm gonna I grab his hand and bring him over to the ledge. Wait for us to get out of the way.
Emmett will look at River and be like, are you good for a jump?
It's pretty deep. Just kind of hold your nose.
Can you swim?
You are muted.
Oh yeah, we used to swim all the time in the river, and we would jump from the tree into the river and make a big splash. It was so much fun.
Excellent.
Your name's River. Makes sense.
Pretend you're jumping from that tree into the river.
All right. So I'm gonna take off and jump like I'm jumping from a tree.
Yeah, you feel yourself sail through the air, and you notice as you fall, the temperature just gets that much colder, and you hit this icy water down. But you can emerge.
I kind of reach my arm out to sort of grab River and help her over to the ledge. Is the dwarf still there, or did he sort
The
of
dwarf
retreat?
just stood there by the sort of more in the archway, looking at you.
This next splash is going to be really big. You might want to put take a few steps back in. I kind of push everyone back, knowing that we're about to have a 350-pound dwarf war.
He awkwardly drops the torch as the dwarf hugs what he's carrying once more and turns and starts to walk slowly away.
I grab the torch up, and I do take a few steps back to make sure, because I'm thinking this is going to be epic cannonball.
Emet, you take a step off the edge, and you feel the bottom as you hit this water. Not badly. You don't feel it. It's almost, you feel like almost like you curve up from it, and River, as you're getting out of this, you get drenched once again by this almost like a wave that comes out of this pool.
I love the idea that River surfs up onto the ledge.
And Blue stands and looks at Emet. Would you like a hand?
Looks like we got a new
Thank you, Blue.
friend.
And Emmett will get up onto the ledge. And I think he'll take Blue's hand and pretend that Blue is helping him up.
Oh yeah, Blue can't lift you.
But yeah. And just pretend that Blue is helping. Kind of like you do with a kid when they're trying to pick you up.
You step onto this ledge.
Okay. Let's follow the dwarf.
So, big giant door. He went. I assume he went through the big door. Is it open, or is it?
Yeah.
Just
Oh, it's wide open. It's an arch.
Oh, it's just an open archway. Okay.
Just a huge archway. And you can hear him shuffling and scuffling around on this stone floor.
Hey, wait up! We're coming.
And he's like, shh, the monster's in the darkness, breathing, hissing, listening. And you step into this huge hallway. This towers up and up hundreds of feet. These huge stone carvings, it's like you've walked into a great hall. All across the walls, carvings of giants, of a battle, of a dragon, of 2 dragons, of 3 dragons, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 dragons carved into these stone walls. Jewels rest in their eyes. Huge warforged stands. The carving of a huge warforged is on this wall.
One huge warforged, or
One
like
huge warforged.
bigger than the giants?
About the same size.
And just asking, just dragons. Big dragons are bigger than giants in the carving?
Much bigger. You see the giants bowing down to these dragons. You see a fight between what could be humans. They're that sort of size. Humans, dwarves, gnomes, halflings, elves. All line these walls. And a huge great table sits in the middle of the room. Giant-sized chairs placed around this table, and what looks like ruins that have fallen with huge boulders dotted about the room. And this dwarf scurries from one to the other, picks up some of the dust and the dirt. You can see him sort of licking it briefly and move on to something else. So, beware the gifts, beware the voices. Like in the shadows, you don't. Do we? No, we don't. And like he sort of looks down at the thing in his hand.
I mean, is he close enough for us to talk to him, or is he scurrying, sort of staying out of?
He's not staying out of your reach. He's just that little bit ahead of you.
Okay.
The warforged in the mural, does it have spikes coming out of it?
Yes, it does. And it looks to be being forged
By giants or by
humans.
people?
I mean, are we able to discern, or can I roll to see if I'm able to discern? So it's dragons and giants against humans and the warforged? Is that kind of...
You roll a perception check for me,
Okay.
please.
You would kind of get the feel of what's being depicted type idea. Is what I'm trying to do. $21.
Vesh, you love stories. You love reading stories. You love hearing stories. You loved that tapestry on the wall in that house. The battle, it's here. And now you start to think, was that an unfinished tapestry of other things that haven't been recorded? You see, it's almost like it's telling a story. It's not depicting one scene. Dragons and giants together. A separate image. Humans forging the warforged, and this huge warforged. A battle, an army. You recognize the king. The king you saw in the tapestry. The one who fought. You see a mist. You see people walk from the mist. You see the Dalpure. And at the end, where the mist starts to finish, you see an image of islands. Floating islands. With people stood around them, looking up at the sky as they drift past. You see a temple, and you see a face that you saw glance quickly over that guard. A face you've seen before. Would you like to roll another perception check?
Perception?
Mm-hmm. Or history, whichever one you would rather.
So, quick question.
Mm-hmm.
On the original sort of perception look before diving deeper into the face, do I recognize the temple or any of the dragons from my previous visions?
You don't recognize any of them in particular. The temple, it's very much like the one you saw.
But generic.
You can see it's fairly generic, but you do see a carving of a door. Again, a generic door, but it does have a circle at the center.
Yeah. A representation more than accurate than a photograph. I'll do perception again. Another 21.
A 21, this is the man you met, cross-legged, sat in Cyre. The man who tried to get you to open the door. As he sits in this carving.
A throne behind the door.
A throne behind the door.
So I relay this to Emmet and River as I'm looking around at the carving of what I see, and whatever I feel, probably some of this insight, from Ulgoro's memories as well, as that's how Kalashtar dream. They dream in their Kiore's memories, and so maybe there's whatever a little bit of help there between stories and tapestries and Ulgora, perhaps. But this.
Sorry, on a 21. As you're about to relay this, something catches your eye. There's another carving. But this carving is moving throughout the other carvings. There is a character walking.
Like moving, not...
Moving. A simple carving, but it's walking. It's not like it's acknowledging you or anything like that. It is just walking through these scenes. You actually see it tuck behind the people in the battle, just weaving, almost like they're apologizing as they move in and out of people's way.
What scale is it?
It's a human size.
So it's it's a human size carving. So this is like the battle, I think, that happened long ago. I've read stories and the tapestry before, and my vision before I got my shield with the dragons and the giants together, and there's the door in the temple that the Dalkior, the bad Dalkior, said that he wanted me to open, but then I guess I shouldn't open. And then what is there's a snake under the tapestry. The carving, there's do you see that? He points out the thing moving. To him, it's like a snake under a rug. That sort of, you can see it sort of dented.
Are we able to see it?
You can see it.
Okay. First, now that I actually see the giant warforged, does it trigger any sort of memory or any sort of...
Can you roll me a history check, please?
Nope. Emmet did not pay attention.
You remember absolutely nothing.
Okay.
And River and Vesh, you suddenly feel a hand on each arm, grab you quickly. Did you see it? Did you see it? You can see him too? And this says, oh no, it starts holding its head. And it's you can see it walking on the walls. It's always there, walking on the walls. I can see, they thought I was crazy, but I can see it. If you can see it, that means I'm not crazy.
What is it?
Don't. Beware the gifts, beware the voices. They lurk in the shadows.
You said that again. Beware the gifts.
Beware the gifts.
Beware the gifts.
The traveler.
Yes, that's what I was going to say.
repeating, the traveler, the traveler, the traveler.
Shh.
He gave me this.
Whoa, but that's a gift.
It's my gift.
He backs away. That's a gift.
Yeah, he's like, my gift is my gift. Isn't it beautiful? Listen. And he holds it out to you.
No.
What is he holding?
He's holding what looks like a huge chunk of obsidian, carved crudely, a giant. It's great. And you sort of he holds this out to you. I don't know why we're now like in a Bugsy Malone. But he holds out this idol almost of this giant. Listen to it. Listen to it.
I don't think you should listen to that, Besh.
It's okay, you can listen to it. It sounds different for everyone.
What if we don't listen to it?
You don't have to listen to it. It's my gift.
What if you listen to it for us? What does it say?
You, it's whispering to me. It's how I know your names.
Does it know where Tart is?
Tart's upstairs. He's talking to her. He's found her.
In the house?
Upstairs. He's found her.
Wait. The traveler? Or the man behind the door in the throne?
No, there are many people in that room. Strange man, rich man, man who knows her, man knows her sister. Man was there. Three rich men, unsuspecting of the guard in the corner. They don't even look at him. No, they don't even look at him. He serves the drinks. But I know who he is.
Who is he?
I know who he is. He'll give her gifts. It's okay. Listen to it.
Yeah, it's great. So, where upstairs is she?
Gotta go through the throne room. Gotta go through the throne room.
Where's the throne room?
Through the door. And it sort of points, and there's a huge door at the end of the hall as Vesh holds up his torch. There. Through the door. Upstairs. Find the chamber. There
Which
it is. The chamber. What else is it going to be?
Yes, that chamber. Okay, thank you.
He gives good gifts.
What's in the throne room?
A throne. A throne where they used to sit. They don't sit anymore, they're all gone. A throne where they spoke. It's like the old thrones, like the thrones in the darkness, in the jungle, in the depths. Down there. It's hot down there.
In the jungle or in the throne room?
Same
Both.
thing, really.
Oh, no. Okay. Doors are weird.
We have to get to Tart.
We have to get to Tart.
What's
It's
the little...
okay, because the traveler will help her. Whatever she wants to do, he can make it happen. Like me. I wanted a kingdom. I wanted to rule. And look, I got it.
Are good for you.
Subjects are a bit,
Quiet.
unresponsive. As you look around, as he casts another light, you see this room is full of skeletons in the corners, tucked into little archways. They can be talkative sometimes. If you put this near them, you can have a conversation.
What do they tell you?
But it's dark in here. It's
Very
hot. It's too
observant.
hot. It's too hot. And the whispers, they whisper all the time. I don't like it when they whisper. Talk properly.
I think I have to listen to it.
Why?
Yes, listen to it. It's fun.
We know how to get to Tart, theoretically, now.
Well, we know the way, but we don't know what's in the way.
I will handle what's in the way. We should not listen to it.
But it's so fun.
Doesn't sound very safe. It's very scary.
It's fun down here.
I don't think you're all there in the head.
And he looks he frowns for a moment. And it's like he's talking to himself briefly here, just very nice.
I think there's too much.
A subject shouldn't talk to you like that.
Too much in there.
She's just like one of your other subjects before they got quiet. You see him fiddling with his hands and fiddling with the idol. Can't be rude to a lord. It's my kingdom.
Our apologies, my lord.
What?
Is your kingdom down here? Is this your kingdom?
This is my kingdom. Look at it. It's beautiful. It's lovely. It's quiet though.
Oh. What happened to the subjects that got quiet?
Would you like to talk to one of them?
No, thank you.
No.
Vesh, we should go through the door.
Vesh,
Okay.
Vesh, Vesh. And this thing holds onto your arm a little bit tighter. Vesh. And puts another hand, putting the idol in your hand. It's okay, you don't have to go. You can be one of my subjects. It's fine. Because you like that, Vesh, don't you? You wanna be strong. You wanna grow up. You wanna be powerful. You wanna protect people. You can protect me. You don't have to. You don't have to leave. I can help you be who you want to be. I can do that. I can do that. He made me able to do that. Don't you want to speak to your giant?
Vesh, after this, goes, "You're just a gingerbread house. I know what you are now. I'm not gonna listen to you. Let's go through the door."
And
It's a sing-songy voice, almost as though it's a nursery rhyme.
Why did you say they were a gingerbread house?
Because sometimes the gingerbread house is everything that you want, but you go inside and the witch throws you in an oven and cooks you and eats you. And he's giving me everything I want. And just for no reason other than to do this. Yes, he's a gingerbread house. See? Gingerbread house. I look down at him.
And he sort of recoils a little bit as you say that. You'll regret it. Biggest mistake of your life. I'm so happy down here, and you could be too.
I have a family waiting for me someplace else that's not so. He does want to be rude. Quiet. So, I look at the big door.
quiet.
Picture this.
And he sort of like shuffles up to you a little bit and looks up.
So, same plan as above, through the door.
They're not all quiet.
Where are your loud subjects?
And he just like points further ahead.
At the door. Damn it.
Of course it's at the door. Yvette looks at Vesh. Goes, I think it's gonna have to be. We've got to
Okay.
rescue.
This door's all. Is this like giant size door?
Big
Oh
stone
yeah.
door.
You can tell these are the ruins. These are ruins that are from under the city.
Yeah.
of a once gigantic civilization.
Okay. Bones in the corners, are they giant-sized or are they human-sized?
No, these are human-sized. There seems to be like a mixture.
Yeah. Those are big doors, bigger than the ones up above. You went through pretty easy. I'm thinking we're gonna have to do this
We can always try to
the
actually
storybook way.
open them this time.
Oh,
You have
I
all
guess-
like run through them.
I don't have to tackle every door.
but picture this. We're deep underground, surrounded by skeletons. There's giant doors, and that would... Ooh. Yeah, you might not want to go just going through the door as a giant warforged. I point to the one there. That might be bad. Okay.
As you do this, the carving walking around the room stops. Two stone arms
Oh,
reach
no.
out from the wall and hold a box.
Is it out to anyone in particular or just out?
Holding it out.
Yeah.
Gifts.
We don't trust the gifts, remember? God, Ashley really wants to know what's in that box.
Emmett, I don't know. I think this is just maybe like the stone.
Like the wall is giving you a gift?
Well, or you.
Or me? But I'm pretty sure, and Emmett will kind of point to the carving. I believe the dwarf indicated that that's a traveler. If not the traveler.
See this dwarf scurry over to the arms. Gift! He's giving me another gift. See? It's nice down here. And this dwarf reaches up and takes the box down.
What's in the box?
And
What's in the box?
he opens this box. Oh. Okay. Pretty. And it closes the box again. And starts walking along the wall with it. Like he's staying close to the wall, almost away from you.
We should let him keep that gift. And rescue Tart.
I agree. It's very creepy down here, so we need to rescue Tart and get out of here as fast as possible.
Yep.
Especially if the he is in the room with Tart.
3 rich people with Tart, and even I'm worried about the guard in the corner. No one's looking at them, and he's serving the drinks, and Tart always was very careful about before she would drink things. Well, okay, never mind. I take that back. Well, she was very careful about things that she didn't buy at a bar before she drank them.
A good lesson, Vesh. Always be paying attention to the people that others are not. And Emmett will walk up to the doors and see if he can push them open.
Yeah, you can just open them.
Vesh smiles, but's a little disappointed.
You look into another huge great hall, but this one seems slightly flooded.
So it's like the floor is like water.
Yeah, only probably on Vesh, about like just above your ankle. It's not that deep. It just looks like water has come in from somewhere.
Is it dark water? Can we like see through it and see
You
the
can
floor?
see through it. You can
Okay.
see the stone underneath it. And as you step into this room, torches light up.
I didn't do that.
Well, creepier and creepier.
Can I sort of look around to sort of see what, as the lights come on, what the room looks like? Is there more sculpture? I assume there's a throne. Is this the throne room, or is it like an antechamber?
It's as you see, first of all, this dwarf sort of scurry in, clutching this box and this idol, and as he moves closer, like further up the hall, each torch triggers and turns on. And you can see a huge throne. An absolutely huge throne. At the end of this empty corridor. Again, carvings, but these look more static, like traditional carvings. Not anything, it's not telling a story.
Does this bear any resemblance to the throne behind the chair? I'm sorry, the chair behind the door from the temple in my visions?
No.
Okay, just in case, I just want to make sure it wasn't that I was just seeing it from a different scale because of stuff. Okay.
On each, like along the walls, you have a pillar where each of these torches lie. As they ignite underneath each torch, you see a mask rest.
Talking to us yet?
No, they're not talking. But a person does step from behind the throne.
Person, giant.
Person, just a person. Looks to be human. Brown, hooded cloak. Very much like the ones you saw before. And he starts to walk towards you.
The one we saw before, was he blind?
He was, yes.
Okay, I mean, does this one have eyes? Can we see, or is it under the cloak? Or
It's under the cloak, Rin.
okay.
He's got his head bowed, and he walks in a straight line towards you. And you can hear the footsteps in the water as a splash. 1, 2, 1, 2. The edge of his robe soaking and absorbing this water and floating as he walks slowly towards you.
Emet will step forward, kind of in front of Vesh and River, so that way the guy will reach him first, or the person, but not necessarily continuing to move towards them.
This person keeps walking towards you, and as he gets to you, he's this far away from you and stops. And turns and goes to walk around you.
I'll let him, but I turn with him and keep a very close watch on his movements.
He walks past River, he walks past Vesh. You see when he looked up at you again, this man had no eyes. And he walks towards the dwarf. You have a gift. Present it. And the dwarf, for a second, like, you can see him cling to this box and not want to let go. Very protective, but begrudgingly holds out this box and opens it and takes out a tiny silver bell. And turns around and starts to walk back towards the throne.
We should find Tart.
Looks
Let's
like we got a
keep
new
moving.
friend.
I agree.
We get around the throne. Can we sort of skirt around it so that we're not disturbing this person?
Yeah, you can skirt around this throne as the corridor continues on. As you walk past all of these masks, their eyes move to watch you go. And you hear whispers.
There.
You hear their whispers, you see their mouths move. They're not really saying anything in particular, just murmurs, whispers. Thank you for that raid! Hello guys, come and welcome in and meet the creepy dungeon city. It's full of creepiness. We are also at 20 retweets, so I am same numbers as before, and I will roll again.
Oh yeah, I rolled a 93. I think.
Oh yeah, you've been offered it.
Oh.
That's a number one again, so Emet. Let's have a look.
Oh,
Oh,
better if I did that
Yep,
right.
/R.
There we go.
perfect. Thank you. Let's have a look. Okay. So you keep walking down this corridor. This hooded figure doesn't seem to be too bothered by your presence at all. But the dwarf continues to follow.
So, if I recall, it's like through the throne room, up the stairs, into the chamber, if I recall.
Into a chamber.
Into a chamber. I'm going to start looking for stairs.
Yeah, you can see a set of stairs at the back. Almost as soon as you put your foot on those steps, the hooded figure turns to look at you. Turns back to the bell and cradles it in its hands.
Oh no.
And closes it to its chest. You met as you're walking down this corridor. You almost feel like a crunch as you step on something.
Is it like stepping on a dead skull thing, crunch? Or...
No, this is a
Okay.
stump of metal.
Oh. Emet will look down to see what he stepped on and like take his foot off.
It looks like you've stepped on like a mirror. A small mirror, a handheld mirror. Maybe it looks like it belonged to one of the skeletons that are sort of, as it looks like it's dropped from their hands.
Emet will pick it up.
What is it?
A hand mirror.
Why?
Emet shrugs. I don't know. I've never really used one. And then kind of like hands it to Blue. Be like, you can see yourself in it.
You could use it to groom your beard.
Mirrors are for beard grooming.
Well, they can be.
Welcome to the academy. Please take your seat.
Emet shrugs like, okay. And we'll put the mirror in one of his many, many pockets.
Did you look into the mirror or not?
Yes, but it wasn't like a person looking at themselves. It was more of like a looking over it.
Yeah.
So it
Okay,
also-
so
Emet very fascinated with his own reflection.
as you twist it, you catch yourself briefly. And there's something different, but you turn and look at the back and it's decorated ornately. This is carved beautifully. You almost suspect it's elven.
Odd place for this to end up. Could have had trade back in the day, I guess. And
When Emet has it up and looking at the back, which way is the face facing?
What do you mean, sorry? So the
'Cause-
face of the mirror?
Yeah, because I could be like, I'm thinking, you can groom your beard. It's he kind of looking to sort of make the motion as he turns it around.
You turn it and you see yourself. For a
Yeah.
split second.
See, it's for groom.
And
You
then,
can, oh,
And then
Of course, there's an and.
you see an older man stood there. Huge, sort of weathered face, slight stubble on the chin, huge shoulders. That's all you can see.
As in, like, standing behind him or in replacing him?
In replacement.
This mirror is weird, but I guess you could use it for beard grooming.
And at that, Emmet will flip it back over to, like, look at his beard. Be like,
As you look, you see yourself. But your beard is brown and broken.
Emmet looks down at his beard,
Still green.
back up at the mirror. Vesh, and turns it to show Vesh again. Vesh, who do you see in this mirror?
Some old guy.
Me too. What a weird mirror.
Oh, I want to see. I want to see if I see an old guy.
Emmet will hand out the mirror to River.
Yeah, River, you look. And you see a woman before you. But the fur on your face is white. Your eyes look tired.
Oh, I don't see an old guy. I see an old shifter.
I think it's an old you.
Oh,
And that must have been an old you, Vesh.
No. It didn't look anything like me.
Oh. I guess it's not very good for grooming beards if I can't actually see the beard that I'm grooming. Unless I can...
You can see what your beard would look like eventually, so you can groom it now to make it look. Never mind.
I think I know what you're going with that. And Emmet will tuck it into his
Do
pocket.
you? Because I don't.
Maybe I can change the outcome of my beard if I start grooming it now?
Yeah, that's like something Tart would say.
Let's go find Tart.
And did I know, as with all the mirror stuff, did I notice the hooded guy?
Yeah, you noticed him stop and look at you, but he went back to looking down at the bell. What is it?
Oh no, I'm not. Wait, he said it back to me?
Yeah. What is it?
I was saying hi because you were looking at me weird. We're just going to go up the stairs.
I'm sorry. I recognized you.
I look, he's under a hood cowl, right?
Mm-hmm.
Have we met before?
You met my brother, one of my brothers.
Are you a Dalkior?
No. But they're here.
Then who are you?
I'm an eyeless man. I don't have a name. Cyre.
We did meet one of your brothers. Emmett hit him, not me.
Wait, did I hit the old dwarf?
No, the eyeless man.
Oh.
He said he's an eyeless brother. He's an eyeless man. That we met one of his brothers. I'm pretty sure you hit him because weren't you? I think you had a reaction. You kind of did. It was a reaction. You did. It was one of those things. If you would have known he wasn't blind, you wouldn't have hit him. But you didn't. Well, I think you.
And that's how we found out.
Yeah.
Okay. You say that I hit him, and I turn around. And I'm like, sorry.
Doesn't matter. There's plenty more where we come from.
I didn't kill him. So.
And you hear a slight chuckle.
So is the dwarf guy following us also?
Yeah, he's almost like hiding behind Vesh right now, looking at this cloaked figure. And this cloaked figure turns back. He can't see you. It's almost like he's looking straight past you, if not through you. She's going to make a wonderful vessel.
We need to get moving. And at that, Emmet keeps going forward a little bit quicker.
Who's gonna make a wonderful vessel?
I think he's talking about the guy.
Tart?
On the rope.
It's not
Oh.
gonna be Tart.
Yeah, let's keep going. I'm not. I kind of looked at. So, Emma, do we think the dwarf already has someone inside of him?
I'm not sure how these cultists work.
Welcome to the academy.
But
Please take
I
your
mean,
seat.
but the dwarf, he's coming with us. Maybe we shouldn't bring him up to where Tart is.
Oh, the dwarf, I think, has just gone mad by the traveler's gift.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's
Up the stairs we go, I guess.
Yeah, you head up those stairs, and it's almost like the spiral staircases you went up before. And you're in a corridor. A corridor of many doors. All the doors are closed. And can you roll a perception check for me? Whoever walks in first.
I think probably Emmett's. Ooh, wait. Emmett's. Vesh is probably leading the way. This is why, because if I fall on the stairs, I don't fall on, or all the way in back. Would I put myself in the back? I'd put myself in the back in case I fell down the stairs.
Okay, I was picturing Emmet leading.
Yeah.
You know what? I'll go ahead and use one of my rerolls.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
There we go.
On a 17, you can hear voices upstairs. You can hear something, a voice you recognize. This is Tyron. This is Tyron
The jerk.
the Jet.
Tyron Lorandi, the guy who was not okay. No, not Johan. Tyron, who took Tart.
Not the drow.
Yeah.
The head of the house.
Yeah.
You can hear him. He doesn't seem angry or anything. It just sounds like he's talking.
Can we hear who he's talking to?
Just another voice from the sounds of it. You can't, again, it's almost muffled, like between through so many layers. And in front of you is a well. The center of the corridor.
There's a well in the corridor?
Mm-hmm.
Is it like wall to wall?
No, just a small standard well. It's even got a bucket. It's even got the crank for it.
And there's lots of doors here, right?
There's lots of doors. Each one has a set of bars on the window.
Don't open the doors. Look for the wall. That's what he said. I point to the dwarf.
And he's just sort of looking up at you, these huge, crazed eyes. And Blue. There's someone in this one.
Which one is he? Is it a different one than what I heard the voices from?
You heard the voices from above. Blue is stood
Okay.
by one of the windows of the doors, these bars, these barred entrances looking in.
I'll go over and look in.
You look in. There is an elf sat up against the wall in a room, staring blankly at the other side of the room. It's dark in there.
Alright, let's look for this wall first.
Okay. And Blue sort of mimics what you did earlier and heads over to the wall and starts to reach out and pat it down.
As I go down to the back wall, I'll keep glancing in the windows just to make sure we're not passing Tart in one of these dungeons.
In each one, you see an elf as you look, all sat in the same position, looking at the wall opposite.
Do they all look like the same elf?
No, they look different.
Okay.
There's male, there's female, they're all very, very different. And the dwarf walks past. Don't look at them. Don't look at them.
Why not?
They're waiting
For what?
to be filled.
Filled with what?
Yeah.
With the things that you told me about, Vesh?
Hmm.
And the dwarf just
Belchior.
taps his head.
Yeah.
They're on the other plane right now. They're sleeping.
Oh, they're not sort of really completely asleep anymore.
Problem is, elves don't sleep. That's why they look like that.
Oh.
But they are sleeping.
I don't like this. We need to find Tart. Tart will have a plan.
Yes. Emmett will keep walking towards the wall to Blue and start looking also.
Whoever's looking, could you please roll me a perception check?
Nice.
Yeah, I'll say on a 21. You sort of feel along these walls and you find that same ridge, just like you did in the door where Vesh disappeared.
There is a room behind this wall. Ah, good job, Vesh. I did not think of that or remember that. Now we just gotta open it.
Can you roll me a strength for me, please? Blue will probably try and mimic and help, so if you want to roll with advantage, that is also fine.
Okay.
Never mind. You almost break the rock as you push your fingertips into this, and you drag this wall back. You step into a larder. You see lots of bags of grain, you see cheese, you see wine. You see lots of storage, lots of crates, and a set of stairs at the end of the room. And Vesh and River, she's still not quite in this room yet. Can you all roll me a perception check, please? I mean, Emmett, you can as well, if you wish to.
I will, but I mean, I'll assume that my direction is into the larder and not so much what they see.
Yeah. You both see Emmett step into this larder, into this very well lit room. You see crystals glowing on the walls, providing light. You see this grain, bread, cheese, wine. You can smell these herbs, these spices. But from down below, from in the depths of that well, you hear a sound. You hear a roar. You hear those heavy footsteps. Those claws dragging. You feel that heat as the dwarf is hot down there. And that is where we will leave Eberron this week. And I will stop that sound so I don't deafen everyone. It's all good.
The dragon.
So, we're gonna head round and say what our favorite bit was, where we can find you, and yay, dragon. Yeah, let's head round. We will start off with the lovely Emet or Ash.
Oh, honestly, I think my favorite part was just the overall feel. Like, I love the low-key, creepy, just weird, almost slight horror-esque feeling to the whole thing. Loved it.
Yeah.
But my favorite part was probably when the tiny little carving figure held out the gift. So mean.
It's like, do I take it? Do I not?
I know I should not take it, and Emet would not take it, but Ash really wants to take it and see what happens. Oh, that was so good. But yes, that was amazing. And I'm Ash. You can find me at Phoenix of 89 here on Twitch and Twitter. I'll be here every Monday for Eberron. And I have been horrible because I kept forgetting I am in a podcast that's out now called Shining in the Dark. So there is that. Anyone who listens to podcasts can tune into. It's set in Esterin, which is also kind of a fantasy horror-esque setting.
Nice, love it. And if there's a link for that anywhere, just chuck it in chat so we can.
Oh yes.
Look, yeah, go for it.
Look one up.
And now we're gonna hop over to lovely River or Kim. Hello, Kim.
Hello. So let's see. My favorite part, I have to say, was when Vesh jumped on his shield and like went down the stairs. That was hilarious. Anyway, that was my favorite part. And I'm really enjoying this. So thank you for having me. And you can find me. I'm working on getting that website back up. So I think most of my information is there. But you can find me on Fridays over at the RPG Lab, where I'm playing a Yanti Bard Rogue at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So that is where I'm at.
Awesome. Thank you. And last but certainly not least, the lovely Vesh or Toolschool.
I blast. As always, I'm Tall Squall. You can find me all over, everywhere as Tall Squall. If you go to my Twitter page at Tall Squall, you will find a pinned tweet that tells you all the places that I am and where I am, what we do. I think the very beginning and just the idea of Vesh and Emet being left on their own without a Tart, just being rash, and coming up with a plan for, yeah, we stink at being quiet, so let's just be loud, and that was fun. So yeah, no, I had a great time.
Awesome. Thank you very much. So I'm going to go through a few bits, and then I think we're going to go and raid the lovely Tales from the Grim. Let's go say hi to Greg. So first of all, we've got a Discord. It's full of wonderful people that talk TTRPG, D&D. We've also got a room for every single show on the channel this season, very much like we did last season. So you can go in there and discuss whether it's theories or you just want to chat about how the story is going and its characters. So definitely head over there. We've, if you want to get into a game like this, drop Scrat a DM on Twitter. We book up pretty quick, so definitely get in there as fast as you can. We have 5 viewer games this season, one of them in Monster of the Week, which was its premiere today, earlier, just before this one, which was with Don, who is an absolutely awesome DM and storyteller. We also have Ravnica, we have DnD5e, we have Cyre, and we have Ryutama. Also, this will be up on YouTube very, very soon. So if you missed any of it, don't worry, it will be up soon. Or if you missed the previous one, you can also catch up on that. And also Patreon. We are full time now. Thank you to you lovely people. So one way to support us is via Patreon. There are also some really awesome free articles on there written by Renee. So definitely go check those out. And we have merch. We have merch on Redbubble. And that shield goes on absolutely everything. It goes on clocks, it goes on jumpers, t-shirts, dresses now, skirts, leggings. Scrat really wants the leggings for some reason. And just, you can get bedding. So if you want, I don't know, if you want bedding with the Scrat Academy on it, then go for it. But yes, we also have the fabulous sponsors in the form of Bird in the Storm. You can see their merch below. They also wrote Midnight Wheels, which you saw us run over Christmas. It's a really awesome module, so I definitely suggest you go check it out. They also do fabulous mugs that are the size of my head. And yeah, we also have Mayhem Press. They created the Dark Matter Alpha reskin of DnD5e, so D&D in space. Definitely go check that out. Laugh Love Lindy runs our campaign in that setting. I want to say 10 p.m. EST every Thursday. I'm going to say Thursday. I'm still learning the new routine now. But yes, this was really, really awesome, everyone. So we, as I said, we're going to go and raid Tales of the Grim. And I think our war cry is the creepy chanting what? The chanting creepy freaks on the floor. Okay. Oh, I get it now. I got confused. Never mind. The creepy chanting, yeah. Okay. The chanting creepy freaks on the floor. I don't know why that's a tongue twister for me today, but it is. But that's what our raid cry is. So we're going to head over to Tales of the Grim now. Head over there, send all the hype, send all the love. I'm White Rabbit Pick. That's where you can find me on Twitter. I do photography, so feel free to check that out. But otherwise, I DM on this channel, I play on this channel, and when I'm not doing that, I'm playing on over on Tales of the Grim, so definitely check it out. Keep evoking emotions, guys, and we will see you in an hour for Conan. So see you later. Bye.